Yo, welcome to the Kind of TV Podcast. I'm one of your hosts. I'm half of your hosting team, Knowledge, coming straight from Charlotte, North Carolina. And I got the special guest here,
Gangster.
the gangster.
With the ER.
She ain't really saying nothing. I don't even think she got a headphone.
She ain't got a
She's just sitting over there in the
headphones.
cut.
Oh my God. The
That-
disrespect.
And so you hear the other half of the hosting team here. Tell them who you are, bro.
What's up, man? It's your boy Tanaro Reed, a.k.a. Natty, Bad Tattoo, Dreadlock, owner, operator of Slaughterhouse Tattoos. I mean, no introduction necessary, but hey, got to give you one anyway.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, we got a good show for you today. We got a couple different topics, and it's the first week of New Year's. Tell me what you did for New Year's, man. First of all, let's start there. What you do for New Year's?
Oh, man, straight up and down, man. And look, number one, shout out to my homeboy, KG. You know what I mean? KG had a wonderful event at Woo's Cajun Restaurant.
I was supposed to come, but
Yeah, man.
what happened? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey,
Ciroc.
Hey.
Ciroc happened.
man, look, what else we going to do? We drinking Ciroc. Long as Diddy got Ciroc, hey, it's all black everything in 2018.
And that's
All
the
black.
announcement for this week. This year, 2018, the year of our Lord, 2018, we're going to try as hard as we can to support and patronize as many black businesses as possible. I'm not just talking about, your black barbershops, your black car washes, your black tattoo artists. I'm
Right.
talking about, your black banks like Killer Mike and
Come on,
Usher
man.
and all them did. I'm talking about your black grocery
Black grocery
stores,
stores,
black
right.
bookstores, black restaurants.
Right.
The things that we don't, often think about.
Right.
It's crazy. People always talk crazy about black-owned businesses, like, they ain't professional. But then you'll go down the street to a dude from a whole nother country who's talked to you behind 6-inch glass or
Right.
put your money on the counter and won't even speak to you
Right, yeah, and you'll buy cigarillos and loose cigarettes from him all day.
all day.
All day.
And
I
they'll
had-
never call him unprofessional.
Right. I had this conversation the other day, straight up and down, bro, not to take too long. I say, you know what? People go to McDonald's every day
Right.
and get disrespected every day.
Right.
Order wrong every day.
That's why I go Chick-fil-A.
But you know what? They'll go back to McDonald's.
Right.
And I guess it must be the Mac sauce.
Or the McRib.
Or the
It's the McRib, which
What?
is made from wombat meat and hooker spit, by the way, in case you were wondering.
and bum toe jam.
And bum toe jam. That's exactly what it is. And the discharge from, no, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there. That was gonna get way too
I
graphic.
could put my
You
my
know.
top on my cup.
That was gonna get way too graphic.
Word.
You know what? I'm glad I called myself. I'm trying to do better in 2018. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm really gonna try in 2018 to stop saying the N word. I'm gonna try.
What, nucleus?
No, nigga. I'm
That's-
trying.
Look, that's like
I'm
going
gonna
vegan.
tr-
That's
I'm
like
gonna-
going vegan for me.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
If I stop saying
Yeah.
nigga, I gotta stop eating meat.
Pause. Yeah.
2 times. 2 pauses.
Hey.
Hey.
But no, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try really, really hard. And it's not because I feel bad about saying it. It's because I realize that to a certain extent, when I say it, and this is not saying that I'm trying to be more respectable, so to speak. But I've realized that some people of a different skin tone,
Right.
also known as Caucasian, tend to think that because we cool,
Right.
that if I say nigga, you can say nigga.
Right. I mean, me and my brother cool. But he can still get punched in his fucking mouth too.
Exactly.
Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna stop trying to say fucking. Oh, for 2018.
Man, fuck that. But no,
Right, I
and
dig
here's
it,
my
though.
thing. It's like I cannot claim to have a certain mindset
Right.
and enable you to make me punch you in the face.
Right. Yeah.
And,
dig-
I mean, that sounds messed up.
But
But the
it's
thing
true.
is, if I say it, if you say it casually, you'll be comfortable saying it angrily.
Right.
At which point, I'm not comfortable with that. Because, like, my thing is, okay, I know there's some people, and this is not to get off on a tangent. We want to get into the topics of the day. But some people are comfortable letting their white friends, you call your friends white chocolate, what I'm saying, stuff like that. They're comfortable letting their white friends say the N word. Okay, that's cool for y'all.
Right. That would
But the thing is, like, even if I'm mad at somebody, I still see that as another black man.
Right.
If I'm beefing with somebody, I still see that as another black man.
Dig it.
And so if you my white homeboy and we sit here talking, and he be like, yeah, man, that nigga sideways.
He gonna be sideways.
I'm like, what you just say?
Right.
And the thing is, I can't necessarily. I've taken away just a small part of my justification of being angry because I made you think it was okay to say that around me.
Right.
I made you comfortable enough to say that around me, and that's not how I operate. That's not what I rock with. That's not me.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, and I can't do that. So, you know, my thing is I try my hardest, you know, but the thing is at the same time I'm unapologetically black.
Yeah, I mean, if you're too light skinned, you can't even call me a nigga.
Damn it.
You have to call me a nig. You too light skinned.
You ain't earned the 80 yet. You ain't earned the 80 yet. You know what I'm saying? But now the thing is about it, it's like, and it's not, my thing is I'm unapologetically black. And the thing is being a nigga, you know, me saying the word nigga doesn't make me any more unapologetically black or any less unapologetically black.
Right.
And I'm not modifying my behavior for white folk. I'm modifying my behavior for my own
for the
mindset.
own betterment.
You know what
the
I'm
betterment
saying?
of your own mindset.
It's just one of them things, man. You know, I thought about it for a while because people used to be like, we should stop saying the N-word. I felt like Paul Mooney. You know what I'm saying? I say the word nigga 50 times before breakfast because it keep my teeth white. You know, we got way bigger stuff to worry about. But, you know, sometimes, you know, you got to practice how you play. And so, you know, if we going into an upper echelon, if we going to a higher level, you know, let's start practicing how we play,
Yeah,
bro.
we can't help perpetuate.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's kind of how I'm looking at that. You got any, and I guess that's a New Year's you got any New Year's resolution?
Yeah, man. Like, man, I had a couple inboxes, man. You know, I go live every now and then.
Right.
And a lot of people enjoy my live, but one female, she was like, you said
wait, we can't call them females no more. Because that takes their humanity out of it, because there are all types of females. You got female dogs, female whales. Call them women or young ladies.
All right. Well, like
just so y'all know, the topic of the day is outrage culture.
Right.
That's what we talking about for the 15 minutes of fun.
I don't even want to be females no more.
Hey, man, so continue.
I was about
this young lady.
All right. She said I used the word motherfucker too much.
Motherfucker, please.
And she said it was offensive. You know what I mean? She liked the term motherfucker. I'm like, well, shit, I don't want to be no daddy fucker. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
touche.
You feel me?
That's a legitimate retort.
Right. I mean, I am. I mean, I use that word, you know. So I said I'm gonna try to tone it down a little bit with the MFer.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just say motherfucker. MU.
I feel like that's actually acceptable.
Yeah, motherfucker.
I'm not even mad at that.
Yeah, you my motherfucker. MUFUGGA.
Word. That's all I'm gonna say. Word. That works.
That's my motherfucker.
Word. So, special silent guest over there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
No.
None?
She said she taking 2017 all the way to the door. From the womb to the tomb.
Motherfucking top.
To the motherfucking top. 2017 was good. We're going to ride this motherfucker.
We're going to ride. I'll say it for you. We're going to ride this motherfucking wave.
All the way out.
All the way out. So, well, thank you for your input. You know, you can speak into the mic.
I wasn't prepared for all of that.
Oh.
You know they can hear you, right?
Right. We can hear you anyway.
I know.
No.
So you're not going to speak into the mic?
Pause.
She's just pointing at Natty like what he said. Okay, so we're going to leave that alone. Okay, so let's y'all jump into these topics.
Oh, man.
So first up, you know, if you follow us on Facebook at the Kind of Sleepy Podcast page, you saw this video on Facebook, and now me, I'm a preacher's kid. Okay,
right.
A lot of people don't know that I'm a preacher's kid, and I've seen tons of testimony services, and I've heard some things in testimony services that I wasn't quite, you know, should have been testified to. But, you know, if they felt like the Lord put it on their heart to talk about, then, you know, well, amen.
Cleanse your soul.
Exactly. Can cleanse your soul. So we're going to play this testimony that apparently has gone viral at this point. That
I can't wait to hear it again.
So let's play this now for the people. Hold on.
Oh, my God.
Oh, snap.
Y'all peep this shit.
So this like,
my name is Tanya Massey, and I'm a backslider. Y'all pray for me.
We're gonna pray for you. Sister.
Bible said the food makes the marks out of God. He's nothing to be played with.
God is nothing to be played with. Amen. Amen.
And food and heart says there's no God, but God is real.
God is
I
real.
used to come home drunk from school,
Came home from drunk
laying up
school.
with men, out there prostituting,
Oh, Lord.
having oral sex with my mouth, licking men's balls.
They say, woo.
Licking these.
Keep going. Keep going.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah, moment of prayer. That's my part. That's my part right there. When sister said,
Amen.
It sounded like she probably related a little bit. She was like, girl, I'm glad you said it.
I was prostituting. Here's my thing. I'm not here to make light of her situation,
No,
man,
not at all,
because
bro. Not at all.
It's a really sad story, and I feel like maybe she was recovering from some very serious balls that she had been licking, or some other things that she had been going through in her life. I feel like it was more than balls that she was licking. There's probably a crack rock involved at some point.
Yeah.
Or maybe one of those toes that they say you can lick and get high.
Man.
But she said, having oral sex with my mouth. As if there's other places you can.
I mean,
lick our balls.
balls. Bro, but I'm gonna tell you what killed me though. When my man he took the mic.
Took the mic.
He was like, "This shit is over with. This shit is over with." He gave the mic to the reverend. He like, "You handle that." And she said, "Amen." I'm just, bro.
He looked at her like she was wearing the wrong outfit to get in the club.
Oh, he was 38
and he was
hot.
and he was the bouncer.
Oh, he was 38 hot.
Oh,
you
boy.
ain't got your ID?
He dropped his hand. So the only
Bro, I'm telling you, when I say I watched that video probably about 40 times.
Yo, I can't stop laughing at that, dog. Like it's like the first time I seen it every single time. And I guarantee you, if I go back home, right, and I tell my daddy, I was like, Daddy, watch this. Watch this video right quick.
Not your daddy, the preacher.
Yeah, my daddy the preacher.
Did he see it?
I don't think my daddy seen it.
Don't show that to dad.
I don't know.
Don't show it to
now.
Pops, man.
You've had a light interaction with my father, very light interaction. How do you think my father will react to that? Considering the little bit you know about my father.
I think he'll probably want to know the rest of the testimony.
Right. See, that's where I'm at.
Just knowing my daddy.
I would like to know the rest of it.
That's my daddy.
I mean, because truth is truth. You know what I mean?
Right.
Truth is truth. And that's her truth. And we have to look at, I mean, this is how I looked at it. You know, it's funny. It's humorous. But you have to look at it. Who says what's profane? Who says what's right, what's wrong?
Here's my thing. She had to okay, and I'm not being funny when I say this. That came from her soul.
Yeah, that came down deep.
She really was vexed about her past coming home from school drunk. First of all, I want to know what school you was at and what classes you were taking.
I mean, who was her teacher? Jim Beam?
But she looked a little old, so
she probably
she was doing like a flashback.
So she probably had Seagram's gin on first period.
To piggyback off of what you said, though, I do think she was full of conviction to think I need to get in front of the church and tell my story.
Yeah, let me get
Somebody is sitting on the pew in front of her. They lick balls. That morning.
They lick what?
Balls.
But that's real, though.
No, seriously.
That's real.
Half the praise team did. Is it? I mean,
and,
seriously.
And half the praise team of that half is men.
Right. The choir director. He licked balls that morning. So he probably.
I'm just saying. We you know we don't hold no punches here, man. Let's be honest.
Damn, you don't hold no kicks either.
Clearly, you know. I mean, they come in the church talking about they delivered,
right?
And don't like men's no more.
The little guy that did the rice and cabbage video, he said he's delivered.
What rice and cabbage video?
Rice and cabbage.
The little guy that did the rap about, I eat my rice and cabbage. I took her man, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Another social
we
media
ain't
guy.
catch that. Yeah, we ain't never catch that.
He now dresses in throwback jerseys and fitted caps. He says he's delivered.
I need to see that video.
Yeah, we need to.
Because the dude that got up in front of the church a couple years ago and said I'm not gay no more. I don't like men's no more. That dude, he is a constant source of entertainment for me. I'm not gonna lie. If you ever get a chance, okay, so it's 2 pages that I look at. His Andrew Chad Caldwell, which they call him Mother Caldwell now on his page, or Sister Caldwell, or Deaconess Caldwell, or Evangelist. They call him all kind of stuff. He is strange, but he's obviously got a problem. He's obviously got a problem. You know, he got sued by Cordell Stewart for lying and saying he had a relationship with Cordell Stewart. Yeah, you ain't everybody. Yeah, that's it. It was dude got seriously.
So he lying on his balls. That's how you say it. That's how you say it.
Say it one more time.
Say it one more time.
Nope.
Say it one more time, please.
Everybody be at church. Yeah, some people
No,
at
it
church.
hurt her to say the word balls.
I don't think it hurt her to say the
did.
word balls. I think it hurt her to say the whole sentence. But the word balls specifically just was emphasized because it's what it was.
I need to know the rest of the testimony.
I want to know.
She was about to get to the crack. They took the mic. They didn't let her. The crack was coming.
Oh, she
in.
got to the crack after she left.
It was-
I'm just letting you know. Because here's my thing. This is why I say that. And I'm going to say this, but I'm going to move on to the next story because we got to get to the week in white privilege. Because this was like this first week of 2018 definitely was a great week for white privilege.
Oh my God. Oh, they won. They won the first 5 days. The first 4 days.
They won the first 4 days of
they
2018.
They got that.
But you know, the thing is, I've been at churches where people have come and given their life to Christ and then been turned away from the church almost immediately because they didn't fit a certain mold. Like this lady came to church one day. She had a pantsuit on. It was a real nice pantsuit. Like it wasn't too tight, wasn't too loose. It was well fitting. It was well designed. She was nice. She was a nice looking young lady. And she came to church, and the pastor's wife told her right after she joined the church, "Oh, well, you know we don't wear pants here." This lady just gave her whole life to Christ and is probably struggling with things way bigger than wearing pants.
Right.
And you know what? That's why I say she probably left and went back to smoking. Because I heard a preacher say one time that God is a great guy. You know, Jesus is a great guy. But he has the worst PR people. Got the worst PR people ever. And I believe that.
You got bad people speaking for him.
We're not going to have a whole show about church hurt, but I just wanted to throw that out there and say that lady that, you know, was licking on balls, she probably did not get what she needed from that church that day.
No, I don't think so.
So, you know.
Because she probably needed a 3 for 20. All right, I'm out.
God
I'm out.
damn it, Natty.
I'm out. All 2018.
That's a nattyism.
Nattyism.
That's a nattyism.
Get that 3 for 20.
Let's write that down. We need an intern, by the way. If you're interested in interning for the Kind of Sleepy podcast.
Man, look.
We're not going to judge you for your testimony. We're going to say that up front. Next up, so Newsweek, the well-respected media publication, decided to tweet an article, and it had Martin Luther King in a casket on it, the picture of Martin Luther King in a casket, and then deleted it shortly afterwards. Now, I don't want to quite put that under the guise of white privilege, but let's be perfectly honest. Ain't no brothers running Newsweek.
Right, and no, not
Who
one.
did they consult with? Who raised these niggas?
It might have been a disgruntled past employee. Yeah. I mean, it's only one.
okay.
I mean, it's like smoking cigarettes. You had to wean yourself off.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't buy a pack. Don't
Them
buy a pack of
niggas.
niggas. They get you a single nigga. Yeah,
Pause.
but yeah. that way. Oh man.
But yeah, I just still don't understand the premise behind it. But you don't just get to post pictures of our heroes in caskets.
Word, man.
That's a problem to me.
I mean, no, it was totally distasteful. I mean,
You
totally
know, like,
distasteful.
and had they posted Fred Hampton or Malcolm X's body, I probably would have been extra livid. But I mean, because the thing is, we've seen the pictures of Malcolm's body.
Right.
We've seen the pictures of Fred Hampton.
Right.
You know, and it's just, I would have been livid. You know, but MLK in a casket, you know, that at least there was a bit of first of all, there's no dignity in being assassinated.
Right.
But there's dignity in his going home.
Right, and being a martyr.
And so at least they knew not to show the messed up or say anything sideways, because
you see
we
the
would
caption?
what was the caption?
The caption say, have anybody seen our friend
Our
Martin?
friend Martin, that's what it was, right?
Yeah, that's.
And so I don't really know what their motivation was for that.
I mean, I honestly hope Newsweek got hacked and somebody just had it. Just to give them.
Here's my thing. I hope that it was a decidedly stupid thing for them to do, so that we can expose them for who they are.
But I mean, but where's it going to come from? It's not going to come from up top. You know, they're going to go.
They're not going to admit it.
I mean, because number one,
I know PR. They're going to spin this. It's going to be.
Right. That's why I know what Martin probably would have said. He probably would have said, Newsweek. I wasn't dead. I was in a casket having a dream.
Man, look. Just if you want to know what Martin would have said, just go look at that episode of the Boondocks, bro. That's just.
Yo, you remember that?
Yeah, but that was my favorite episode. How did they get a rib without the bone?
Without the bone. Go, all right, man. Stop, man.
All right,
We ain't doing it.
Let's keep it moving. Let's talk. Okay, so we're gonna get it. Let's go on and get into the weak and white privilege. Let's jump on the weak and white privilege. First of all, let's talk about the chief executive officer of the white privilege organization, Donald J. Trump.
Right. AKA
Orange Caesar.
Cheetos fingers.
Cheeto finger.
Yeah, Cheetos.
You know what I'm saying? Cheeto toddler. Orange Julius Caesar. You know how we do. But so he his former bosom buddy, homeboy, Ace Boone, not quite a coon.
Yeah.
Decided to just blast him recently. The guy that owns Breitbart, Steve Bannon, and really helped get him into the White House.
Word.
Blasted him. And so Donald Trump was like, Steve Bannon's not only lost his job, but he lost his mind. And so they beefing. Like, this is Death Row versus Bad Boy.
Right. I mean, I'm talking, man, it's like Tupac versus Suge. It's in-house.
Yeah, right. You're right.
Beef. Right.
This is in-house beef. This is Snoop versus Suge.
Right.
Because these niggas still alive.
I'm trying to go to No Limit. But you 3 niggas in. I tell you.
Well, we'll try again next week.
Well, you know.
Anyway. So, but no, like this, I'm excited about this. Like, I got popcorn. I'm ready. I'm ready to see this. I want them to implode. I want them to dislike each other.
Because at the end of the day, that's when you'll see the truth come out.
Right.
That's when you see the truth come out.
Well, you know, there's already a book that's slated to be published. I don't know if it's this week or next week. I think it's next week, that talks about how crazy the White House is. And it talks about how Donald Trump legitimately ran because it was a money grab and he didn't even want to win. When he won the election, his wife was crying.
She was like,
they weren't tears of joy.
Right.
They were tears of sadness. He was doing stuff so extreme so that he wouldn't win, but it just got him more support.
I mean, but you have to look at it. You have to look at it, man. I mean, we living in a world where extreme is what it is. Because everything is right there, right in your face. If you do something that's extreme, guess what? You get more likes, more views. You get more this, and more that. So that's what he did.
Case in point, boot gang.
Huh.
Donald Trump is the white boot gang. Whole lot of gang shit.
Whole lot of gang shit.
That's what Donald Trump is. Make America great again, and a whole lot of gang shit mean the same thing to me.
Word. He got tiki torches. He got rebel flags together.
I'm trying to tell you.
He got pickup trucks together. He got
a whole lot of gang shit.
And this the funny part about it, though. He don't give a shit about nobody if they ain't got no paper.
He don't give not nary a damn.
Not none.
You know when a black man from the South say nary?
Not nary. Not a look. And when a pimp from the South say not a nan nutter. Not a nan nutter. He don't give a nan nutter about nan nutter motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Right, I'm 2 in. Shit, well, you 3?
I'll make you say motherfucker again.
But I mean, and that's and it's wild due to the simple fact, man, that people didn't see that angle coming.
So wait. Before we move on, because I want to move on to the next point. Let's talk about your Trump supporter interaction that you had this week.
Oh my God!
Didn't you have an interaction with a Trump supporter this week?
Oh yeah, man. I had a white privilege moment, man, this week, right? Well, matter of fact, it was the day before yesterday, and evidently what happened was I must have did some tattoo work for this quote unquote veteran tattoo artist. That had 26 years in the business, and I must have did some tattoo work for his client of his or a previous client.
Right.
So he take it upon himself to inbox me and tell me that, number one, if I would have known that he was that person's artist, I should have had integrity not to touch that skin, because he's a veteran tattoo artist. He's been tattooing 26 years, and all because, well, number one, it went on and on. So, I read the text, you know what I mean? It was a few of them. So, my retort was this right here. After I read everything, I was like, man, fuck you. I mean, pretty much, because number one, you can't, what you eat don't make me shit.
Right.
So,
right.
I was like, look, man, whatever you got going on, man, that's cool with me. Look, man, fuck you. So I went on about my business. So he inboxed me back. And that's when the racial slurs came. It's niggers like you that don't have integrity with the tattoo industry. And if it wasn't for men like me, your coon spook ass wouldn't be tattoo. I mean, yo.
Hey, do me a favor. I want you to go back to what he inboxed you. Tell me what he inboxed you again.
Basically what it was. So he proceeded to say that if it wasn't for individuals like him, my coon spook ass would not even be in the tattoo industry. Mm-hmm. So my retort was, fuck you. Suck my dick, bitch. I mean, excuse my French. Cups of the rose. Bitches in my whole phone.
He got real sensitive with it.
Right, so I was like,
is he tattooing out of Marvin's room?
Evidently. But no, he tattooing out of Shade's room.
Oh, that's his name.
That's his name, yeah, Shades.
Shades.
Yeah, that's his middle name, Shades.
Oh, okay.
So, whenever he hit me back with the racial comments, and everybody know me, I don't get offended easily. So I basically told him, like, don't be mad at me, because you probably mad at your wife
or your wife
or your sister masturbate to BBC porn. I'm just saying.
Oh,
that's not my fault.
Oh my God.
That's not my fault. I mean, anybody that know me, they know I'm not easily offended. Come on, man. The best you can do is call me a nigger, coon, and a spook.
I got called that in elementary school.
Man,
that's. Do you realize we're from the South?
Right.
You know how often we hear that? Can y'all look, man? I really don't want y'all to come up with new racial slurs, but please,
bro. If he wanted to,
that's the spade.
If he wanted,
for white people.
Look, no, straight up and down.
Oh yeah, that's the big joke.
Right. If he wanted to shock me, he could have said, "Look here, King." I'm like,
wait a minute, this is new.
Give you a compliment.
This is new.
I'm like, what kind of peckerwood is this? I don't know how to approach this peckerwood. I don't know how to approach this.
Did you know that the new white man likes gourmet cheese?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I was like
on Boondocks with the Bulldog.
Yeah, to give him some cheese. So
you cannot tame the white supremacist power structure with cheese.
Yes, you can. So when he came at me, bro, and I read the text messages, and I read the text messages, and for him to have 26 years in the game, like he said, he name dropped a whole lot of people that, me personally, not to disrespect anybody that did anything prior to, but like he said if it wasn't for men like him, my coon nigger spook ass wouldn't be tattooing. So I'm like, what parts of this did you make? Number one, you didn't put a tattoo machine in my hand. You've never bought a bottle of ink. So what makes you think that what you done before with your dinosaur ass gonna make
Here's my biggest thing. How does he think that he laid a foundation for you and y'all got two different sets of clientele?
Well, evidently we don't, because this clientele coming to who? Oh, we're gonna shake to that one.
You know what? I want to play some more Drake right there.
But
you used to call me on my cell.
Right. But it shocked me though, bro, because I was like I said before, anytime I encounter anybody that's either coming up in the tattoo industry or want to learn in the tattoo industry, if I see somewhere where I can help them in the tattoo industry, I've never insulted anybody. I always lended like whatever knowledge I had.
Right.
So, or if I didn't have the knowledge, I have another partner that has the knowledge. Or I have somebody else, another outlet that have the knowledge. So you might want to look at such and such if you want to do color work, this, and that.
Right.
But this gentleman, he was just so mad because that young lady that he was tattooing for the past 8 years came to the kid. But
that's crazy.
But I don't know what feelings he had for that young lady, because the only feelings I had was for her feeling in that pocketbook to run me that card. But it made him get in my inbox a 26-year veteran of the tattoo industry, and you upset about me, my little coon spook nigga ass.
How many more tattoos did she have?
Now she was heavily tattooed.
And the tattoo you did stood out probably a whole lot more.
And I think that's
than
what
all
it
the
was.
rest of
And I think that's what it was because, like I said before, because I special. I mean, my thing is I like black and gray color contrast.
Right.
And she had like a lot of color compounds that over the years, color has a tendency to dissipate. Mm-hmm. So I like to do black and gray so that way, the dark work accentuates the color work. And she loved the piece. She did a little video on her page and she was like, hey, I found this wonderful artist.
So he got in his feelings.
Oh, man, and got in my inbox. But I'm going to tell you, if I run across him, I'm getting that ass. No homo.
Right.
Right.
So,
pause.
So, I'm personally looking for him just because I want to steal his motorcycle.
It was terrible.
I already found him. I mean, I just want to steal his motorcycle.
It was terrible.
I have nothing for him. I just want to steal his motorcycle.
I've never had that happen, man. In 8-9 years of tattoo.
This is the first time for most stuff.
It's the first of the year.
Yeah, I guess he felt froggy.
I think you should post screenshots.
I got him.
I think you should post them and tag them.
But see, my thing is, I didn't want to give anybody any undue notoriety.
Let's not give him any extra energy.
Yeah, not off of me.
What was the little boy's name that had to GoFundMe?
Keaton?
The bullying.
Keaton.
Yeah. We exposing them.
But see, this what I invited him to do. I say, if you're that upset, I say, look, I'm in Charlotte, you in Charlotte.
You know what? So after this, can we put him on the page? I'll put him on the page. Do you want to do it?
No, not right.
Let's
not
put him. Okay,
not right now.
Let's wait.
Not right now.
No worries.
We ain't
let's move on.
We ain't gonna put Shade Carpenter.
Yeah, we got a couple more things. We got a couple more things going on in the week in white privilege. So first of all, I want to give a congratulations to Carl Allowine,
right,
and the mother of his child.
Salute.
They just had a brand new baby. That was born in the Charleston, South Carolina area. Mm-hmm. But the baby was born after a high-speed chase.
On the what?
On the freeway.
On the who?
Yeah. So they got chased by the highway patrol for a while. And when they got pulled over, the guy was like, my wife's in labor. Uh-huh. So I guess they pulled him out the car, put him in handcuffs. And when they really figured out the wife was having the baby, they let him out of the handcuffs and started clapping. He got a standing ovation or whatever.
Because it was New Year's.
Yeah, because it was New Year's.
I'm telling you,
he was like, and he was kind of like, it's all kind of surreal. We got fireworks going off in the background. It's New Year's. My baby's being born on the side of the highway while we were in the hospital. I was doing 95. They pulled me over. I didn't stop when I saw the lights because I wanted to really get her to the hospital. All that kind of stuff. Now, I can't necessarily believe that had that been me, come on, man, you, even as a woman, in the driver's seat of that vehicle, that we would have been clapped for, politely taken out of the car, put in handcuffs, and
taken out of handcuffs.
And taken out of handcuffs even.
Word, bro.
I just refuse to believe that.
I mean, look at the whole Castillo.
Man.
Come on, they killed Castillo in the car, stopped with
Philando was in the car.
With his wife and his child. And he got killed.
They shot in the car with the baby in the back seat,
in the back seat. So you mean to tell me Bonnie and Clyde can be on a 90-mile-an-hour speed chase, get pulled out the car, get locked up, but if
Bonnie has her baby right there.
Right. It's okay.
I just don't believe that would have gone the same way.
Oh no.
Had that been one of us. I don't believe that whatsoever. What do you think?
Definitely not.
Yeah, I don't just no. I'm just
Come on, you can look. Y'all can lock me up at CMC. Y'all can lock me up at the hospital. Yeah. So just in case y'all shoot me, y'all can just wheel me the fuck on in.
Yeah, shoot me in the parking lot, but make sure the doctor comes out and grabs me after you do it.
Right here. I mean, that's I can't.
That's white privilege at its finest. But we're not even to the best white privilege story of the show yet.
Right.
We are not even to the best white privilege story of the show yet. Let's move to this next weekend white privilege story. So we just talked about Philando Castillo being shot by a police officer. Jonathan Crawford is another story that really just bothered me. Jonathan Crawford was a young man who was killed in a Walmart while he was just talking on the phone, and he had picked up a toy rifle. And this one guy who admitted to lying to 911 and saying that he had been pointing it at people and stuff like that. You know, he called 911 and said that he had been pointing at people and causing a problem. The police came in within seconds of identifying Jonathan Crawford, this young black male. They gunned him down right there in the aisle.
No.
And it was, I refuse, like, unless I'm in no man's land America and in dire straits, I refuse to shop at Walmart even to this day because they never sent condolences to his family.
Not even one.
Here's my thing. I understand they couldn't say I'm sorry because that can be used as an admission of guilt in court. But they didn't even offer condolences, bro. I can't in good conscience shop at Walmart after that. And so the thing is, the police officer that shot him said that he feared an imminent threat. So you mean to tell me, first of all, this man had his back turned to you.
Right.
He was on the phone. They said that, okay, so in the deposition, they said that they didn't know whether or not he heard them giving orders, which I don't think they gave any orders. He said he didn't respond to any orders, which if he didn't hear them, I'm sure. They said they saw no people running, which would have indicated a panic.
Right.
They said they saw no people crying or in fear, which would have indicated a panic. They said they didn't smell gun smoke or cordite, of course, which is also the smell of gun smoke.
GSP.
So my thing is, now I fired more than my fair share of firearms.
Right on.
You know, Miss Lady E, you fired a firearm before, right?
I have.
You fired more than your fair share of firearms back in the day, right?
Yeah, shot a couple.
Back in the day.
Shot a couple niggas.
Back in the day.
We're going to keep on moving beyond that.
Go ahead, man. We chill.
But the thing is, so you know that there's a distinct smell in the air,
right?
When you let a round go.
There it is.
You know, when you spark that heat, you know you're gonna smell something.
Whether it's 1 or 5.
Right. And so my thing is, if you're a cop and you have to train consistently with firearms, how would you go into a situation? Well, did they think that because it's Walmart, everything was like magically fresh and there were no, cordite smells of people running? Like, is it Disney World, the happiest land on earth? Is it a Magic Kingdom or some shit? Like, I don't understand. And to say you fear the imminent threat from somebody
that has their back turned to you.
Yo, so I saw this post today. I don't know if y'all saw that video of the guy who, he was a Haitian immigrant. He had come to the United States. He owned a couple of nightclubs in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And he was fighting with the police, and he had this guy by the leg.
Right.
And this other police came up, and when he let go of the guy's leg and came at him, the police officer shot him because he wasn't responding to the taser. Well, here's my thing. My new logic is, if I can't fight, I'm just going to shoot.
That's basically what it is, man. You know, you have a lot of individuals who are just scary. They are scary, and they are working. I mean, they're working towards another.
Got too many punks in the police department, bruh.
And they're working towards another system. I mean, not only just the police department, they're working towards another system.
You're right.
I mean,
that prison industrial complex.
I mean, and that good old boy with the cone hat and the white veil. You know what I mean? You have to understand. I mean, as time changes, you think they haven't changed their agenda and their motives, and that's basically what it is. And you have a whole lot of racist individuals that are basically in this police department. So now they are not wearing white veils; they're wearing blue suits.
I used to say this all the time, that a lot of these shootings were legitimately legal lynchings. This is the new way to lynch.
That's what it is, man.
Think about it. Darren, what's his face? Darren Wilson, the guy that murdered Mike Brown,
right?
Was made a millionaire for killing a black man.
You feel me?
George Zimmerman,
come on, man,
has gotten rich off killing a black man.
And basically, and the only thing,
and he threatened Jay-Z recently. Like, what?
And then the only thing doing,
how is this motherfucker still alive? Like, I mean, all these dreadheads, gold mouth, stick toting. You know what I'm saying?
Cats. You was gonna say the N word. I'm gonna say cats in Florida. And
this motherfucker's still alive.
Right. And my thing is this right here, that's why I have no respect for anybody that can sit here. It's easy to It's easy to shoot somebody that look like you. It's easy to hit somebody that look like you. It's easy to kick somebody that look like you. But when it's time to turn on the people who oppress you, that's when people turn their tail.
Now, we in Charlotte, North Carolina. Here's my logic. And I say this to anybody. I wasn't here in North Carolina when the protests were going on about Q Scott. I was in Afghanistan.
I was here.
And a person in Charlotte can call themselves or tell me they a goon, a gangster, or anything like that. If your ass was not uptown
you ain't show up.
when they was protesting, or in the university when was protesting. And here's why I say that. I don't think that protesting is a gangster act. It is a revolutionary act, first of all. But the thing is, them gangsters back in the day, the old school where we come from, them gangsters still stood for something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They would still have them hood holidays.
Right.
They would still take care of their people. The reason they sold the dope, you know, and I'm not gonna sit here and debate the morality of selling dope in your communities, was so that them white guys didn't come in and get rich off that dope. They supplied they supplied a demand, but then they also gave back to their communities. So you can't sit here and tell me how gangster you are and how hard you go for your squad, and you don't go half as hard for your people. You can't sit here and tell me you gangster, you hard in front of a dude who wear a different flag than you, but then a dude that show up wearing blue with a badge on get in your face and you turn straight bitch. Like you ain't hard. That ain't hard, bro.
That's basically what it boils down to. And like I say, with the agenda, I'm not gonna say everybody in the police force, because at the end of the day, I had a brother of mine who died in the line of duty. But the thing about it, he policed the neighborhood we grew up in.
It's some people out here who really believe in their mission and really are here to help the community.
But my thing though, knowledge is like you can't put a fish in the jungle. You feel what I'm saying? And the thing about it, they put these police officers who have no connection with the people of a neighborhood, with no connection of the people of a side of town. So when they go to work, they are scared of that people. That fish is scared of that, quote unquote, that lion.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you done took a fish and put him in the jungle. So keep the fish over here with the fish, and let the police officers who are from this neighborhood, that know these people, that know this neighborhood, that know, okay, look, such and such grandmother stayed down. Let those police officers police those neighborhoods. If you are assigned
to a precinct, you should have to live in that precinct's jurisdiction.
Exactly.
But
at least know somebody.
I want to say one thing, touching on what you just said. You can't put a fish in the jungle, and then we're gonna move on to the peak white privilege thing, and then get into 15 minutes of funk.
Right on.
So you can take a gorilla. You can take a silverback ape from one part of the jungle, from one group of apes, and you can put him to another part of the jungle, and he will relate into another group.
Bingo.
He will have to fight for his respect,
right?
And he will have to fight to be brought into that tribe. But when they bring him into that tribe, they assist him, and eventually he can become the alpha male in that group.
Bingo. The protector and provider.
People are no different.
That's it.
I've come to Charlotte, North Carolina, and got more opportunities and respect in Charlotte than I probably ever would have got in Birmingham.
Right.
And it's not because, you know, I burned a bunch of bridges. There's a lot of niggas that hate me in Birmingham, because, I mean, I still get love in Birmingham.
Right.
It's because, you know, just like it said in the Bible, you know, a prophet is last welcome in his home country.
Right.
But let's take that and put it in the police force. You taking these dudes who ain't gorillas, who ain't built like that, who ain't really there to do good for the community, who don't give a damn about the community.
Bro.
These punks that can't fight, they got picked on their whole life. They was pussies. They said the right answers to actually get through the psychological evaluation, and they was just dumb enough to not, they was just dumb enough to make it through the test.
That's it.
Because they've already proven in court cases, it's in legal documents, that you can't be too smart, otherwise they won't hire you. And so the thing is, now I'm not saying that for every department. So let me, before y'all jumping down my throat, say Blue Lives Matter and, you know, not all cops. I'm not talking about every single cop, but you got these punk police out here, can't fight, got beat up their whole life, and now they want to make everybody else pay for it here.
Yeah, everybody's
a target. These guys are really the ones out here causing problems for everybody.
That's the problem.
Because they know they got a war on drugs that's constantly going to get funded. You got this asshole who's not a attorney general talking about he gonna roll back some of the Obama measures that allow states to have legal marijuana, therefore energizing the war on drugs. Oh, excuse me, lock up more black people for dime bags, dubs, sacks, and eighths.
Right.
You mean to tell me you gonna send me to jail for 10 years for an eighth, bro?
I mean, no, that's just, but it never happened in the Midwest. You know why? Because the Midwest is populated.
Wait.
Germany was.
Sorry. Let's talk about the Midwest
Right.
and the quote unquote opium epidemic.
Right.
When we had problems with the crack epidemic, we didn't get no treatment centers.
No, we ain't get none of that.
We ain't getting no love. You know, we got jail.
Come
We
on,
got
man.
destroyed families.
Now they got
all that bullshit. Now they got methadone clinics, all kinds
Yeah,
of shit.
I mean, because you got to help Susie out.
Man,
No. We're not gonna F Susie.
man, fuck criminal. Fuck Susan.
But look,
Sorry, I get mad about
see
this,
that.
man, because here's the thing. Like, I watched drugs tear apart some of my friends' families. I watched how drugs had an effect on some of my siblings, you know what I'm saying, even. And so it's just, I can't, man, fuck them. No, I got my own cup. Nah, damn that. I don't want, no.
salute.
Salute to
Take a
Susie.
toast. Hey,
Her punk ass.
fuck Susie.
Susan Screwhead is probably named Stasha.
Fuck Susie.
Thumper.
Thumper. Word.
Shoot, shout out to Andre 3000.
Right on.
Anyway, so let's get to the peak white privilege story of the week. So there are 3 white men in Kansas
Word.
who were arrested on federal charges. They plotted to bomb a mosque in an apartment complex filled with Somali refugees. I can't say this without laughing. Their defense attorney asked the judge to try to include jurors from rural western Kansas, the country, because those people are more likely to be Trump supporters.
Okay, run it back to him one more time. They
My
got
nigga.
it. They got it, but they ain't get it. So, can I break it down?
Yeah, please break it down for me.
Basically,
These
you
3
got-
white boys,
You got some white boys
white terrorists
who
suspected terrorists,
tried to blow up some Africans.
Mhm.
They got arrested
and Muslims.
and Muslims, and they got arrested. So they want they jury to be
Trump supporters.
no, they cousins.
Facts.
That's how it's going.
Facts. Now let me ask you a question. You know, you've dealt with the criminal justice system, as have I, from the wrong side of it.
You fucking asshole.
I'm just
I
asking.
dig it. though. I dig.
I
don't mind.
I'm just
But
asking.
look, it tickled me.
had you had somebody that looked like you or one of your legitimate peers there, do you think you would have gotten as hard of a sentence as you got?
I mean, number one, make it bluntly. I mean, to put it bluntly, of course not. You know, because at the end
Right.
of the day, they would, and not to say they would sympathize, they would empathize.
Right.
They would empathize with the situation of why that choice was made, how that choice was made, and who that choice affected. And
It would be
my
fair.
And my choice didn't affect anybody.
Right.
I did the same thing that Walmart did in the gun department.
Let's
So I'm just leave like that. I mean, look,
Yeah.
hey, I got statute of limitations, so I'm good. So
Either way,
and my
you know.
thing was this right here. You know, whenever you sit here and request, and you know you were wrong,
And
you
the
know you were
the
wrong.
judge is like, no, this is really like
Who
an
the fuck-
attempt to stack the deck, and we're not gonna let this ride. Like,
right. I'm glad.
but you know what though, and here's what makes me sad now. Now, Miss Lady E, you from Mississippi?
You
Missy.
from the SIP?
Mississippi.
Okay.
I'm
My
from,
crooked left.
I'm from Alabama. Had this happened in Mississippi or Alabama, do you think the judge would have been as fair?
That's a tough.
That's a tough one. I know that's a tough one.
That's a real tough one.
Here's why I can honestly unequivocally say no, and here's why. In Alabama, where I'm from, in Birmingham, growing up, while we were a majority black city,
Right.
we had tons of white judges,
Mhm.
and those judges did not play.
Look, been throwing.
They was throwing the book at people.
under the
Like,
jail.
I saw a dude get. I kid you not, and this is so crazy. I know a dude right now whose life literally was ruined. He got 90 months for a dub sack.
Man, I got a home.
That's 7.5 years
Man, I
for a
got.
dub.
I got a homie doing life for a drug charge.
But see, that's the thing, though. So regardless
Life.
of what the jury looks like, you can request a jury, but the judge already knows the jury is gonna have to find you guilty based off of the law, and then it's up to the judge at that point to determine how much time they're gonna give.
Now,
you.
here's the thing: sometimes they have bench trials.
Well, true.
Where the judge determines your guilt or innocence.
Right.
Now, we already know that these guys, and so another thing is you got these district attorneys, assistant district attorneys, who make these deals, which ain't really deals.
Nah, it just, hey, we're going to go shoot a couple rounds of golf.
You know, and so the thing is, it's two things I want to say about this. Number one, it's time for us as Black people to get politically engaged.
Bingo.
And really get involved in this and do what's right for our communities and our cities. But also, the next time I get pulled over, I'm going to be like, I want a cop that voted for Obama.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Hold on. So,
you was on the phone with me when I got pulled over last time.
I was. The other night, I saw on the news that the powers that be have decided to include, I guess something you would refer to as almost like best practices when you are pulled over by a police officer. And that's included in like preparation to get your driver's license.
So they're telling us we need to be prepared to
die.
The
thing that
basically they're teaching us how not to die.
The one thing that stood out to me, they went over a couple things on the news. The one thing that stood out to me was they said just comply with whatever the officer says.
Now look, let's stop that right there. I mean, boom, I dig that. I mean, because number one, shout out to my Uncle Russell. You know what I mean? Boom, 30 years, South Carolina Highway State Patrol. Now, he always told me, have everything ready. If you get stopped, you already know what you got to give them.
Mm-hmm.
License, registration, and hands.
Right.
He said you don't have to give them anything else because everything else they already got right here.
That was one of the rules. Keep your hands on the
license,
steering
registration,
wheel.
hands.
Mm-hmm.
So, boom. You know what I do? Roll that window down. I got a bag, license, registration, hand. I'm hanging that bag out the window, got a loose string on it. You can put, look, my hands, dead ass. Look, it's a loose string. I hang it out the window. You can get everything out the bag. My hands are right here. So they can put my license, registration, proof of insurance out that bag.
Mm-hmm.
So now when they go back, run tags, everything else, boom, they come back. Then that's when they come with the bullshit.
Right.
Have you been drinking? Yes, water, motherfucker.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, and this is the difference, and I had to say this to somebody. It's a shame that some of my white friends, and my boy Josh, we talked about this, I think, before a second. I said, you can teach your kids how to live, and that's a beautiful thing,
right.
to know how to live.
We have to teach how to survive.
We have to teach our kids how not to die.
How to survive, man. Word.
And that's a profoundly different mindset. Now, you heard when I got pulled over by the cop, you heard how I was, and you heard how I engaged with the cop and all that stuff. And so the thing is about me, I pulled out my license, I put it on the dashboard, I had my insurance on my phone, so I left my phone on the dashboard, and I kept my hands on the wheel. And so I didn't move. I did not move. I gave him the license, I kept my eyes face forward, all that. That's why they shine that light in your face so they can dilate your pupils and so they can say you've been drinking.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's probable
and so it's little tricks like that.
It's probable cause now.
And they can hit you. They can do a false positive with the dogs and all that and say you know they smell smoke. And it's funny. I got pulled over. This officer said he smelled marijuana in my car. I said, officer, I quit smoking 8 years and so many months ago. Blah 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 blah. Yada yada yada. Surely that's not what you smell.
Right. But but at the end of the day, if we know. I mean, it's sort of like, it becomes instinct. Like, let's say, for instance, we can take this all the way back to some National Geographic shit. Mm-hmm. Now, you can have a gazelle out that motherfucker. He know it's a motherfucking leopard ready to eat his ass up. He might not see that leopard. He might not know that leopard is around, but he's aware. So, therefore, whenever he get any inclination that leopard is anywhere in the building, some shit ruffled.
Oh, yeah.
And they got that antennas go up, and it's a shame that we have to maneuver like that. I mean, because like one incident, like with me, luckily at the time, I know everybody is not as fortunate to have somebody that, retired from the South Carolina State Highway Patrol. I got pulled over. I was going right down 77, right when you pass Fort Mill, right there by that.
Was you on your bike or your car?
No, I was in the car.
Okay.
I mean, at the time, you know, I had a.
'Cause I was gonna say if he's on a bike.
Oh shit, I would have burnt him. But I was in the car. It was a good Sunday day. Matter of fact, it was a friend of mine's birthday. I stopped by Frugal McDougal, got a bottle, jumped back on 77, and I seen it was 4 Impalas lined up right there by the Ford dealership.
Yep, I know you're talking about.
So I seen the 4 Impalas lined up. Okay, cool. I'm not speeding. You know what I mean? I got the panoramic roof open. I'm cooler. You know what I mean? Blowing the black and mild. So I seen the Impala jump out behind me. Okay. I'm like, it can't be me.
Right.
He must be going to get an assailant. He must be going to get a criminal.
Or an insurgent.
Yeah. So I pulled over in the left lane because I was in the far right lane because I'm not in the passing lane. So I pulled in the left lane. He pulled in behind me. Now, when I pulled in the left lane, because I'm thinking he's going to go this way, it was a tractor-trailer truck right here when I pulled over. So the tractor-trailer, when I pulled over, the tractor-trailer truck was right here. So I pulled over in the next lane. He pulled over again, hit the lights. Oh, okay. It's me. So I pulled over. He said, you know why I stopped you? I'm like, no.
Not exactly.
He said he stopped me because I was following the tractor-trailer truck too close. When he was already behind me when I was in the far right lane.
When you got on my ass,
right.
I was trying to get out your way.
I was getting out the way, right. So, I mean, he was like, then he explained, he was like, look, I'm part of the South Carolina interception team. We pull over random vehicles because 77 is a high drug traffic area. Yada. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
That's why I go on 85.
Right, but that's what I told him. I said, well, okay, that's cool. But you can write me my ticket for following too close to the tractor-trailer truck. I don't give a fuck about your interception team, your motherfucking goddamn pass play team. None of that shit. I don't care about none of that. So he was like, well, Mr. Reed, do you mind if we, do you consent to a search of your vehicle? No. So,
are you high?
And the shit was so funny. He was like, well, Mr. Reed, we can make this. This is what he told me. I mean, he actually tried to balk me down. We can make
That's what they do.
We can make this a long day or a short day. So I was like, look, when he said that, I was already on the phone. So I'm calling my uncle. I'm like, okay, well, look, we're going to make it a long day then. I said, look, I done got pulled over. Boom, boom, boom. He said, look, you been drinking? Nope. You smoke? I say, Black and mild. He was like, shit. All right. He said, who is it? I said, I didn't get the officer's name. He said, look, tell him to come back to the car. So I looked at I rolled my window down. Now, like I say, my uncle's, retired, 30 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Boom. So I rolled the window down. I was like, excuse me, sir. I got somebody want to speak to you. So he was like, I don't think you know anybody that I want to speak to at this moment. I was like, he said, tell him Major Stewart on the phone. I said, well, Major Stewart say you might. Man, he grabbed the phone. Yes, sir. No, sir. Well,
Change
sir.
the whole tone, huh?
Man, look, and I'm sitting there looking. You know me, I'm like this right here.
How you doing?
Yeah, you little bitch, you. You know what I mean? And that's the point, but everybody doesn't have that. But my uncle always told me how to maneuver and how to maintain. He said, look, if you get stopped, go ahead and give them that information that they need. Mm-hmm. Boom. And you don't got to give them nothing else. Nothing else. And that's what I do. And at the same time, you know, it's a shame that they will actually target us, because that's basically what we are. We're a target, man. Because he targeted me on that highway.
And that's real.
It was 4th of July weekend. Out of all these cars going by, you see a dreadhead with a sunroof open and a Black and mild in his hand. Now I'm a drug transporter.
And that's exactly the problem. That profiling shit.
Profiling, man, you know, but we just had to be mindful. I mean, if we know we're the hunted, we have to understand how to get away from that and how to get out that zone, man.
But I think a lot of us get frustrated because
it
we
does.
know we are. And so then you get caught in the dialogue of going back and forth.
And
do you know why this? And then they ask you another question, and now you get an attitude.
And it's frustrating.
And now you're aggressive. And so now you've given them calls to escalate the issue further.
The call, right. I mean, I had the same situation with a brother of mine. I mean, my brother, I'm talking law-abiding citizen, never got stopped before.
Right.
He said he got pulled over because he was coming off the exit, came off the exit, merged to the left. Police officer was in an unmarked vehicle. Mm-hmm. He said the police officer started blowing the horn. I'm like, in a rage. Yeah, so he was like, no, he said he shot him the bird. He said that's when the police officer hit the light in the unmarked vehicle. And came up to his car. He said when he stopped the car, he said he was looking in the rearview. He said he was already reaching.
Gotcha. And so let's talk about this for a second though, because we talked. So as you can see, we're kind of outraged a little bit about the way police treat us in this community and in this country. But the thing is, one thing we got to talk about as well is how we treat ourselves and how outraged we are at our own BS. So I'm shifting gears for just a second. So we got so apparently and I really think this young lady was trolling, and she said she was going to boycott Black Panther because Michael B. Jordan was dating a white woman. Now,
shit, pussy pink.
Damn it, Natty. That's another Nattyism. I can't put that on a T-shirt.
Yes, you can. White pussy, black pussy, orange pussy, pink. It don't even matter as long as it don't stink.
This is why we can't have nice things. This is also why aliens won't visit us, in case you were wondering. Yo, black ass.
We got satellites.
Shout out to Miriam. She said white women. But she ain't no Becky, though. She ain't no Becky, though. But, so let's talk about outrage culture for just a second. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get too wrapped up in this. We only got a little bit of time.
Right.
We took a way long time today, but I had a really good time talking about everything we talked about.
Fluid.
And y'all can check us out on YouTube. You can check us out on iTunes. We're on TuneIn Radio. After tonight, we should be on iHeartRadio soon. We're definitely on Facebook. We're all over the place. So you guys can check us out all over the place. So let's talk about outrage culture. Why is it that some people first of all, my black ass is not boycotting Black Panther.
Nah.
I'm going to Black Panther dressed like a Zamundan. I'm going to Black Panther dressed like I'm a special forces in the Wakandan army. And
Black Panther.
What is wrong with you?
That did it.
It's the Ciroc. It's the Ciroc. Shout out to Ciroc.
Can you pass me that, please? Thank you.
Let me get some apple and peaches. I never had apple peach Ciroc.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, so let's talk about outrage culture. Do you think that there are some people on this planet, especially specifically in America, let's just say specifically in America, that just seek for things to be mad about?
Man, I'm going to tell you, it all starts with the white male.
How so?
It starts with a white male. Anything that a white male is disturbed about, they make it an issue. You know what I mean? And then if a white male have an issue with it, it's going to be anger about it. Okay, for instance, nobody cared about transgender. I mean, not to say they didn't care, but nobody worried about them. Look, they had their own life, they had their own lifestyle. Okay, cool.
They had been using our bathrooms for decades.
But as soon as Caitlyn, a white man, turned into a white woman, now everybody at an uproar about it. Oh, you can't say this to them. You can't say this to them. You can't say it. So when a white man want to do it or a white man feel threatened by it, that's when it become an issue. That's how I look at it.
That's a good perspective. That's one perspective. So I'm not gonna put you on camera because I know you don't want to be on camera. But you may have your own perspective on this seemingly perpetual amount of rage that seems to happen every time anything occurs. Like I can wake up on the wrong side of the bed and all of a sudden everybody's mad. So tell me what you think about this outrage culture, as I call it.
Well, let me backtrack for just a second.
Okay.
The young lady that put
I'm not gonna put you on camera. Okay. I just want to get you close to the camera so you can hear.
The young lady that started the whole uproar about the Black Panther movie and him dating a white lady.
She's a troll though, right?
The black lady?
She's trolling, right?
Black lady?
I think she's black.
Black lady? Okay.
Yeah, she's trolling, right?
Yeah, she's trolling. But I think it was all done intentionally.
I do too.
Because everybody's been extremely pumped about Black Panther.
Black Panther.
I mean,
but we have to have something to take away from it. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
That's the one thing.
You're right. You got
that's the one thing.
Somebody always has to shit on it.
Everybody love animosity.
It's gonna make not only black women get mad. Yeah. Black men are gonna a few, not all.
Yeah, a handful of black men are gonna be upset about him dating a white woman.
I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Look, here's my thing. Love who you love. Nigga, be with who you want to be with. Just don't come for my folk.
That nigga had an African daddy on the movie. What movie he was in before that?
What movie was he in before that?
Was it The Avengers?
He was in Creed.
No, The Avengers. He was the Black Panther. Yeah, he was the Black Panther.
No. Michael B. Jordan is who we talk about. Wallace from The Wire.
Right. No.
That's the same dude.
No, so the Black Panther movie with the dude.
No, the guy that they're mad at is Michael B. Jordan that was in Creed.
Oh man, fuck that, man.
Here's my thing about
that man get black pussy, white pussy. That man get all kind
Michael
of
B.
pussy,
Jordan get all the. Michael B. Jordan probably didn't have sex with an alien, and we just don't even know
that man
it.
getting Asian sideways pussy this side.
Oh my God, damn it, Natty! This is why we can't have nice things. You just gonna contribute? Like seriously?
Keep the party going.
My God,
saying, man.
Hey Jay, I'm sorry. We having a conversation about outrage culture. I got my people on my Facebook Live. Y'all can check us out on iTunes. You can check us out. You should be able to, after this week, you'll be able to find us on iHeartRadio, TuneIn, which is another app you can do if you got Android. We on YouTube, Facebook, everything, man. You check us out. This is the Constantly Podcast. I got my co-host here, Natty, and he's saluting all his folks. Natty, say what's up to my people.
Hey, what's up, y'all? We in the building. Hey, look.
So outrage culture. We're talking about outrage culture today. And so the thing is, here's my thing. There are some people who really just want to be upset.
Upset. It's
And
like
I
the
think-
midgets.
And here's the thing. A lot of it has to do with attention. It's not even that you're really upset or angry about what's going on, but it's the attention that you garner
They wanna
for
get
being
in-
upset.
They want to get in on
Think
the
about
heights.
it.
Right.
This negative thing that's been happening, they turned the concept, this word, this phrase, social justice warrior, into a negative thing. That is now a slur. That is now a negative connotation or context. And so the thing is, when you call somebody a social justice warrior, they're supposed to feel bad about it. But the thing is, you know what? I like when people call me a social
That
justice
sounds
warrior.
like a civil rights activist.
That sound exactly. Martin Luther King was a social justice
Right.
warrior.
I rock with that.
Malcolm X, social justice warrior.
I rock
But,
with it.
but they made it something negative because you have a lot of people who live everyday lives who don't open their mouth at all.
Right.
But
right.
you'll get on social media
and pop
and check
all of it
somebody.
and be gangster.
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 Gangster. As you said, gangster.
Okay. I'm gonna let you have that one.
Ooh. Skirt, skirt.
Don't test
Look,
my gangster.
look.
Skirt,
Hey,
skirt.
you know what? I'm gonna stop
It's not
because
to
I
be
gotta go
tested.
home after this.
Bye, look here.
But no. Okay, so I got somebody that said Michael B. Jordan had a video a couple weeks ago where he said the biggest misconception about him was that he didn't date black women.
Okay.
People need to stop.
Right. ...
Right.
And
this is what she said, not me, with his fine ass. Brielle, I appreciate what you had to say.
I'm going to say this right here, bro. Ask them that they stop watching Power.
No, people said
People
that.
still watch Power.
Right. They know.
And my frat brother, shout out to Amari.
Hey, don't they know, what's his name? Quote
He's-
unquote,
he's-
Ghost?
Ghost is married to a white woman.
No, I thought it was Lobos.
No. Ghost is married to so stupid.
She look like
Ghost
Lobos
is
to
married
me.
to a white woman.
I know, I'm just saying, but she look
And
like Lobos.
I'm not doing that with you.
Look,
I'm
he
not
look
doing
like the
this with
Spanish
you.
nigga he killed.
I'm not doing this with you.
All right, then,
But Ghost
She
is
got a
married to
strong
a white
head.
woman.
Right.
He pledged at side note, he pledged at UGA.
Right.
The Zeta, I think is I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm not gonna say this, but it's UGA. I went to Alabama. If you got contact with Ghost, tell him we kicking their ass in the national championship. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But the thing is about outrage culture, this is what bothers me, is that if everything's a problem, then nothing's a problem.
Nothing's a
if
problem.
you're mad about things all the time, then what is there worth being mad about?
Right.
And that's what it kills me when I go on Twitter. I got off Twitter for like a strong 2 years because I was like, this shit is just you motherfuckers are just ridiculous.
I don't get it.
And so the thing is with it is like people get so upset about stuff. And I'm like, do you mean to tell me you really want us to protest and boycott this while black women, black men, brown women, brown men are being shot, killed, beat, destroyed in the streets,
Right.
not just by police, but by an entire system that is designed for them to fail.
Right.
And so I'm like, I cannot muster the outrage for somebody loving who they want to love or anything else of such minuscule impact if I got people that I know that are impacted by stuff.
Word, man.
We got drug laws need to be changed.
Come on,
We
man.
got people in office who need to get the hell out of there.
You word.
Think about it, man. Our attorney general right now is still going off 1940s reefer madness, wacky tobacco, racist ass beliefs about marijuana.
And they worried about chocolate vanilla swirl.
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Man, look.
If the bottom line is, and this is what my friend Tia said last night. She said, Michael B. Jordan. Well, basically, the bottom line of what me and Tia's engagement was is that date who you want to date.
Right, man.
love who you want to love, be with who you want to be with.
Right.
But at the end of the day, just don't come for my people.
Yeah.
As long as you're not disrespecting black women, as long as you're not disrespecting brown women or saying that or wrapping your self-hatred in a preference, I don't really give a damn. And so this fake outrage culture shit got to stop, man. Just that's the bottom line, man. Everybody want to be mad about something. Everybody. That's why we call this podcast kind of sleepy, right?
I mean, because we woke a little bit. We get kind of sleepy sometimes.
We know exactly what it is that's going on. We know what woke is.
But we'll fall asleep on that.
But some of this stuff, I got to take a nap on. I'm kind of sleepy about some of this.
So can I make a petty comparison?
Oh, let's make a petty comparison.
Just real quick. Just a small one.
You light skin, make you a petty comparison.
No, this is about to be some short joke shit.
No, it's not.
You light skin, make you a petty comparison.
So, Offset.
You
talking
about from the Migos?
Did a whole interview.
Wait a minute. Wait. Are we really finna use one of the Migos?
Yeah, one of the Migos
as a spokesperson for the culture?
No,
bro, but look.
No, I'm not.
They at the forefront of the culture.
That's not where I'm going.
I like the Migos now.
With his fruity flower shirt wearing behind.
Man,
but look.
That nigga like...
That shirt was so sad.
They tried to bring it back.
Hey, the Migos be wearing the most ticklish shirts in the history of captivity.
Man, you had a satin shirt in high school.
I did not have a satin shirt in high school.
You had a Union Bay shirt.
Not a nail satin shirt.
You had no rayon shirt.
No, I did have a rayon shirt. I had me a little iridescent shirt. Shout out. We
iridescent. Pause. Wait. Iridescent.
What you not gonna do right now? You gotta go home after this. Remember that. You guys, I got my one. You got your one.
Okay, so we even. All right.
But, so your petty statement.
Petty comparison.
Comparison.
Offset did a whole interview.
Okay.
Offset said he's marrying Cardi B. I'm not gonna quote him.
All right.
Word for word, but to paraphrase, he said, "I'm marrying Cardi B because she's not black." No lie, he did.
Okay, so
this is facts.
Before I jump on that, I gotta look at the quote.
No, like legit. So
I would have to look at the quote.
Seriously, they said, "What made you decide to put a ring on it?" He said, "She cool, she dope, yada yada yada, and she not black."
But he might have been like he might not have meant
no,
like
he said
race.
No,
he
said
like color.
No, he said he actually said whatever her ethnicity is. I don't know what it is.
I don't want to. She's Afro Latina. Which means she's half black, she's half Latina.
Well, he didn't say that. He said,
and here's my thing. I put like this. I don't want to give a hot take on something like that.
No, I'm not quoting. I'm not misquoting at all because I dove into it hard. But this is the comparison I'm making. So Offset, Migos, they make all the head bobbing music, right? We riding behind it all the time because it's feel good music.
Right?
They didn't drag him the way that they're dragging.
Well, Cardi B has been getting dragged on Twitter like once a week.
But I'm just saying, he didn't even get the type of response.
Because nobody don't give a fuck of what Offset talking about.
Let me ask you a question.
Wait. This is where I was going with it, though. So we got Black Panther. We got this actor who represents something strong and good.
Right.
You got Offset raggedy behind. Sorry.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying? But we're going to let him make it, though.
Nah,
why does he get a pass?
Well, because here's the thing. The people that are the people who engage in outrage culture the most are the ones who are quote unquote educated, the ones who are quote unquote woke, the ones who are quote unquote, the quote unquote talented 10th. Okay? The problem I have with talented 10th is that it's an elitist concept to begin with. And before, Du Bois passed away, he admitted it was elitist. And so the thing is, they would never give Offset a chance to begin with, so they're not going to be mad if Offset say some whack shit.
Right.
And so the thing is, I guess your ability to live your life is based on whether or not intelligent people find you intriguing, attractive, or, discussable, so to speak. I mean, if you can be the topic of a article on The Root or HuffPost Black Voices or something like that, then you can be canceled or dragged. But if you find yourself primarily on Rap Radar, what is it? Not Two Dope Boys, but what is it?
Shit, fuck it. Just
whatever. If you can find yourself on World Star, you don't find yourself a victim of outrage culture as much.
Who cares? Because number one, at the end of the day, everybody knows he doesn't speak for the majority of black men. He speak for the young majority.
He don't speak for them either.
Look, hold on for a minute, bro. But for the young majority, but you have older individuals that's speaking upon this movie. That's why it's been such a backlash about it.
I'm gonna tell you
I'd rather hear something from a 35-year-old woman than hear something from a 21-year-old woman.
Because that's more of our age range.
You feel me?
I'm gonna tell you like this: when and we got to sign off soon because we've gone over time. But when Black Panther comes out, I got an outfit completely planned out, and I'm talking to my people. I'm wearing like fur. I'm wearing all kinds of animal print. I'm going to the movies in this. And I'm gonna be dressed like I'm from Wakanda. I'm just letting y'all know that off top. So
I'm going to them up like King Jock and Joe for me.
You got one more statement? What's that?
No, I was gonna say, since I put it out there, that I was gonna clarify.
Wait, let's come back to that next week. Can we come back to that next week? Because we got to get out of here.
I want to clear it up.
Okay, clear it up.
Cardi B says it wasn't true. That he didn't say.
He ain't say that shit.
Although it's quoted.
He ain't say that shit.
It's quoted. Cardi B says it's not true. I just wanted to put that out there.
Just so you know, we're a blood household, so that's Barty B.
Oh, look, but they Barty B, they bullet. They bullet with Barty B in the building.
That's Barty B. That's
B.
not that. We don't use those C words. It's a blood household. Barty B. I'm just joking. Anyway, so we're done. We're done. Hey, I want to thank everybody that checked me out on live. Thanks for checking us out on our Facebook page. Like I said, you can check out the Kind of CB podcast on Facebook. You can check us out on your podcast app on your iPhone. Tune in. Shortly after this, you'll be able to check us out on YouTube. You'll be able to check us out also on iHeartRadio. Thank you guys so much for checking us out, and we'll catch you guys next week. Outrage culture, get rid of it.
We out.
We
All
out.
Black everything for 2018.
All Black everything 2018. Peace.